Hello, unstoppable real estate investors. I am Rihanna Starr, and I am your host for this week's episode. It's Friday, and on Fridays, we have our member spotlight. And our original guest had a conflict in her schedule and wasn't able to make it. And so I'm just finding us on Facebook here. And so I have a special guest that I invited, my virtual assistant, social media manager, Rose. And Rose, your last name's DeCampo. Is that how you say it?
Rose de Ocampo Bondoc. Bondoc is my last
name. Bondoc. She's in the Philippines. And Rose has been my social media manager for over a year now. And when did you start with me, Rose?
I start like June 2021.
Okay. So we're almost coming up on a year and a half. Anyway, so Rose does everything. I mean, I've created a lot of content and Rose does all my posting. She helps me with engagement. She's helping me grow my group along with Patrick Ypez's marketing team, Dream Big. Give them a plug. She's been helping me with just managing the membership, and she posts all my story posts. She creates a lot of the images for me. She kind of rotates through all my evergreen content and just showcases my content. She posts in about 40 or 50 other real estate groups. She helps manage all the promotions for the podcast and gets those podcast recordings posted in other groups. So she does a whole bunch of stuff for me. And her rates are very reasonable. I've filled her business up with referrals. Several of you watching this are probably working with Rose. She's a delight to work with. She's a hard worker. She's willing to learn new things. She admits when she's wrong. She is just really a go-getter and very accommodating. I can't say enough good things about Rose, my VA. And so I wanted to introduce you all to her because you probably interact with her just as much, if not more, than you do with me, because she's representing me a lot. And so, Rose, I wanted to ask you, get a little history and talk about the development of your business, your VA business, and how you came to start to focus mostly on real estate investors as a niche, and specifically the VA services that you provide. But first, give us a little history, like where are you located? What kind of work have you done? And when did you start up your VA service?
Yes, and before I answer that, I'm so thankful that I'm here right in front of you. And it humbles me to be your guest, Rihanna. And yeah, I'm here in the Philippines and I'm located in the northern part of the Philippines, which is Bulacan. So I started or I worked on or I've been a corporate slave for like 10
years. A corporate slave? Is that what they actually call it there? A corporate slave?
Yes. And they actually like jokes about it, like we will give you a trophy because, always overtime and not getting paid very well. But I'm still thankful because it helps me provide for my family. Yet it really drains me, and uh, having or working on a corporate world, maybe not all, but it's kind of, there's a toxic politics and something that you cannot improve more, or there's no room for improvement. I am not saying all, but on my experience, or
you mean advancement to be able to move up?
Yes. So I take a leap of faith when I felt really unmotivated, or just like when I uh, wake up and work, going to work, it doesn't makes my heart or my soul very lively, even if it pays me. So I resigned, and firstly, I still work on a corporate job after that, but for a uh, call center company, which I cater Comcast customers in the United States. So I have that practice to be very articulate and what do you call this? Uh, Talk to more people on the other side of the world and have or feel them or have or know how they, how to emphasize with them, know how they talk or how to especially to assist them. And then pandemic hits, I took a much more greater leap of faith to work from home as a VA or freelancer.
How
I
did you start? What was it that prompted you to get out of the corporate slave job and set up your own VA business? Because you got a lot of shit for that, right? Like people in the Philippines don't really understand entrepreneurship. They don't really respect it. They think if you wear a uniform and you work for a corporation, that's a more respectable job, right? So talk a little bit about that transition.
oh yeah, mm, most of my friends or my colleagues way back asked me how's it's going, because they know that I'm a pioneer on a office job, and they are like uh looking me like I am not going anywhere because I'm just at home. I'm 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 usually not, very well dressed than the usual. They they just um they just thought that I'm wasted. That really hurts me, but it's the main point that it really motivates me that I didn't get enough sleep to, work, find clients, upskill. So uh that lucky day when we met, Rihanna, that shift really happened as I work for you and you help me with the women's boot camp as well. It really helps me about my mindset and all of my habits and how I think. How's my attitude on my work? Uh, Having said that, you all also referred me with a lot of clients, and uh, some is not fit, or I need to be honest that I am not that great on how I work for you, but you know, it really helps me a lot to improve more. And as time goes by, I can handle very well more clients, and I have also my husband to help me. I have her stop his job as a corporate slave as well.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you were doing so well in your business in a very short period of time that your husband got laid off from his job and he started working with you, right?
yes, he actually laid off
Is he
his
there
job.
right now next to you?
Uh,
No.
he's on a break and he's actually sleeping right back at me.
Yeah,
So
because you guys are 12 hours difference from us.
yes.
Yeah.
So after my work, I am like having notes to him on the table behind me that you need to work on this job, this task, and this task for this one, and I will sleep. And then after like 2 hours, or just take a nap after like some hours or so, we will work together again. It's just
So let me ask you, Rose, why did you make the transition from the corporate job to starting up your own VA service when you were getting, when it went against your culture, your family, your friends, you were getting
mhm,
a lot of hard time. Why did you start your own VA service?
because it makes me feel like what can I say? It makes me feel that I can do more and I can do great on this niche or on this business, rather than I'm okay following instruction by
Rather than
people.
being at the mercy of someone else telling you how far you can advance or not.
Yes. So I always say this with all my clients, that I'm really blessed that I have this kind of job that I also like and love, because I really love assisting people, helping them, walking through them, because it's always been my job way back. So it's much more advanced that I am directly working with them and working for them. So,
Rose Lopez just joined us.
oh, hi
Rose
Rose.
Lopez had also, Rose also works for one of my clients, Rose Lopez. And Rose Lopez, if you want to make some comments in the comments section on what you appreciate, Rose, give her a little plug. So, Rose, you wanted more control, basically. That's why you started your VA, and you were willing to take all the flack from everyone giving you a hard time and thinking you were a loser and all that. So, you started working for me, you started getting clients. What is it about this work that you enjoy besides helping people? Are there other things about it that you appreciate? Do you feel like you have more freedom? Are you making more money? Learning things like all that? What is it about? What are the aspects of this job that you enjoy?
Yeah, actually, the all that you mentioned, all of the above, the freedom, time, income, and as I mentioned you last year, I'm on a financial mess because of my credit cards. So I'm really proud right now that I'm debt free with those. I actually cleaned all that financial mess, and I'm trying to invest as well. And I have my house renovated. So all of my plans, actually on the permission to be boot camp that you let us write our goals, uh, and it's pasted on my wall. So there's a lot of checks on it. There's
Yay! I'm glad. Yeah.
yes.
So I
So
coach Rose in her business too, and I've treated her to. Um, I have a whole nother community. I coach women entrepreneurs in addition to real estate investors, and I gifted Rose membership in this permission to be boot camp. We called it something else, badass boss babe boot camp at the time. And she really took it to heart and really took on what we were talking about in that boot camp. Rose is also very creative. She does a lot of great graphic artwork, and she works really well with structure, and she takes feedback better than anybody else I've ever met. She's really open to constructive feedback. She's always interested in doing better and learning new things. Talk about your education. What are you going to school for right now?
yes, and since I have my time very much more managed, as my husband helps me with my business. I got to enroll in a university, which is a 4-year course, a bachelor's degree for business marketing management, which is a very good help for my business as well, that I can apply for my clients, because the marketing today is very dynamic. So I got to learn more about the trends, especially more on how the algorithms work for the social media, and I will upskill about doing websites and SEO. So uh, I am at my first year this year, so moving forward, I'll also earning my bachelor's degree.
That's awesome. And it's so perfect for the field you're in. And that's going to be able
Yes.
to enable you to grow your business and expand the services you offer. What are the services you offer real estate investors right now as a social media VA?
Yes, as a social media BA, I am working for their contents. And then aside from that, I design images via Canva or Photoshop tools. And then I am engaging as they are with all of the real estate groups, or also reaching out with home buyers, home sellers on the different circles that real estate investors needs to widen their connection.
She
And
helps you network and she helps you get engagement. She's very creative with images. She'll do your posting schedule for you. She will help you develop content. She'll even curate it from sources like Bigger Pockets or Real Estate Investor Podcasts. She's also helping you grow your friend base, helping you with your networking, helping you post and get more visible in other real estate investment groups. But besides the social media, talk about some of your other clients, like for example, Andrew and Rose, and some of the things you help them with besides social media.
yes, there are tools that real estate investors use, like the launch control, real flow, and many other more CRMs. That's the thing that I am also helping my clients, because it saves time for them, and they should be focusing on much more priorities and money generating activities. So I am the one who's navigating what do you call this processing the tools, for example, the texting, because there's a lot of buttons to click before
Yes,
you
it's going to help
launch
you
them.
if you're using launch control to do text campaigns, or you have a CRM like REI Reply, which has texting in it. She's not afraid to learn new technology. She'll pull batch lead lists. She'll help with the skip tracing. She's helped a couple of my clients create their private money lender presentations. She's good at creating presentations. She's created PowerPoint presentation templates for me to build out webinars in. So there's really a lot that she can do. And her skill base continues to expand beyond just social media posting and social media management. What else, Rose? What else do you want to say about your service? This is the opportunity for you to plug. Who is your ideal client? Who do you love to work with? What kind of client is perfect for you?
For me, my ideal client actually is like you, very straightforward. I am I like to get uh, raw feedbacks rather than people or my client
Yeah,
will.
she actually does better when you're just direct and straightforward. I mean, not a jerk. I'm nice about it. I'm just straightforward. She actually appreciates that because it's very clear for her, and then she can correct or do whatever it is you want her to do. So what else? Who
Yeah,
else is your ideal client?
and
People that
um
are organized. Sorry, I keep interrupting and answering for her. Talk about like how they need to be structured and how they can get the most out of you and you're the most effective. What do you need from them?
with regards of that, um my ideal clients would be the one that is you know uh so busy, don't have that time to be always on the computer, or some are like not that tech savvy. So that's the point that I can really help them and walk through them. And there's actually a client that I help on a basic computer task, and it really helps her, because um, every time she's doing that kind of computer task, she's like very frustrated. So it makes me feel like I should be always available for for her and for actually for all of my clients, because they need some walkthrough, especially my clients that are not that tech savvy or not that
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. So she's very patient with you. And, you know, you don't have to be shy or embarrassed if you're like
mhm,
clueless about social media or not really good
mhm,
with technology, because Rose will just help you with that. And she's also very flexible. I've changed the way I do things because I practice what I preach. So I'm trying things and refining them. And if it works, great, we'll keep doing it. If it doesn't, I'm willing to just scratch it. Rose can attest to that and just go, this isn't working. We're going to stop. I'm going to figure out what we need to do differently. So she's very flexible, accommodating, and adapts really well to change. And she's just got this great attitude of whatever you need, however I can help. So her ideal clients are people that are pretty straightforward. You need to be organized and know what you need and want and provide clear direction to her. Rose makes mistakes, I make mistakes, but it's how do you handle that when you make them? She takes full responsibility. And they're usually little mistakes, like it's a typo or, hey, I don't like that image or something. Okay, Rihanna, great. I'll thank you for letting me know. I'll take care of it. She's just a joy to work with, so easy. But she does a lot of the behind the scenes stuff like prepping you for your marketing, pulling lists, helping with skip tracing, helping you with texting campaigns. So there's a lot. There are a lot of things that I don't have her do that clients I've referred to her are having her do. I'm like, whoa, I wouldn't even thought of that. So she's very accommodating. She does not do cold calling, though. She doesn't have time for that. When it's more, you know, assistant kind of stuff and social media manager kind of stuff and helping you with your materials, your presentation, your marketing, your visibility, those are the kinds of research, presentations, those are the kind of things she can do for you. So if you're needing to be more visible and you're willing to admit to yourself that you're clueless about how to leverage social media to get more visibility, you should reach out to Rose in these comments and tag her so she's notified, because we post these podcasts in about 40 or 50 different groups. But tag her name and just reach out to her and find out a little more about her service. She's super affordable. She is much more affordable than a lot of these bigger VA services where the VA's hardly making anything, but you're paying all this money because you're paying for these layers of management above the VA. With Rose, she is the owner of the business. She has her husband and I think a sister and a friend helping her. Yeah, she's always and she's willing to employ family and friends. So everyone has a vested interest in the success of her business. And so, Rose, what would you say has been the biggest challenge of you starting up your own business and growing it?
Firstly, the my challenge is the time difference. But uh, as time goes by, I can adapt or adjust with the schedule, and I think that's the main pain point of my on my end while I'm starting this VA business, because I am so confused way back with the Eastern Pacific. There's also other.
Yeah, so she's working when it's like we're exactly 12 hours apart because I live on the East Coast. And it's actually tomorrow there for her. So it's Friday for me and she's in Saturday already.
Saturday.
Yeah, and so she's across the international date line, but so she works graveyard shifts. She's working when it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's 1 o'clock in the morning there. And she's just been doing that for years and years, working the evening hours, right?
Yes. I'm and mostly my friends are joking about me that I'm a vampire because during daytime I'm asleep and I really want uh on my room is very dark because so I can easily sleep.
Yeah,
So they are really joking about how
that's
I
funny.
work, how my lifestyle is now, because it's so different and not that normal. Um, the past
Well,
few
let me
years.
ask you, you've gotten debt paid off, you've gotten your house fixed up, you know, the money is better than a corporate job.
Super.
Okay. And so let me ask you, what is your vision for your VA business? What's your future vision for it?
Yes, I wanted to get registered. So as my business grows, I can train or hire more people, or especially moms like me, like stay-at-home moms, so they can also have their income and help their partners, their family to provide. And I will do my very best to train them because I know how it feels like. There's no money on my pocket, so I really treasure how this business helps me. And I'm sorry, I'm getting really emotional because it what do you call this? It uh turns my world.
Transformed your
Yeah,
world?
yeah, it transformed my world in a much more greater situation. And I actually we can eat whatever we want, something like that, because I
I remember when we had been working together for a few months and you sent me a picture where you took your entire family, your parents, his parents, your kids. You had like about 8 or 10 of you out to dinner for a really nice steak dinner, like at a place that was too expensive, and you were able to pay for dinner for everyone. How good that felt.
yes. And I'm sorry, Rihanna. I cried. Oh my
I
god.
love it. It's great. And
I don't
okay,
want to cry
yeah,
and be
and
emotional.
so Rose's birthday is on Sunday. She's a Scorpio. She's going to be 30 years old on Sunday. I already sang happy birthday to her in our marketing meeting with our marketing team. So, everybody make sure if you've watched this to just give her, just show her some love with a little happy birthday gift, or, just a little comment or something.
You.
Because 30 years old, and she's being an entrepreneur and going against the norm of her culture, and proving that, even though her friends think she's weird and a vampire, and people are just like, what are you doing working from
Yeah.
home? She's paid off debt. She's been able to do home improvement. Her husband got laid off. She was able to employ him. She's been able to employ a friend. She's been able to employ a sister. And even though
And
there's proof in her financial success, her parents-in-law still give her a hard time and think that she's not doing anything with her life professionally, right? They give you a hard time.
yes.
And she's employing their son, so she takes a lot of flack for this. And yet, how is your level of happiness and peace of mind since you started your own business?
It's like 1000% happiness and peace of mind. I actually don't need to you know uh, as I talk to you, I actually lessen my circle because I actually got hurt so much when they talk about how I work now, and they don't know
Yeah, you're
how.
protecting your mindset and you're limiting your circle of influence and friends to people who support and believe in you rather than
Yeah,
criticize you and judge you. Yeah,
yes,
that's
they
smart.
and it's easy for them to judge how I work, as they just see me at home, but they don't know how I get a very get paid very well. So I don't
Yeah,
need to explain it to them. I just want them
right.
to
You can
wonder.
think what you want. Ha ha ha. I'm
Yes,
laughing all the way to the bank.
yes.
So look, if you are clueless about how to get more visible on social media as a real estate investor, you're not being consistent in your posting, you're not being consistent in your networking, you're kind of clueless on how to leverage groups to expand your circle or how to develop credibility by promoting your what you're doing, or you're just trying to build a network, you need to talk to Rose. She also will help you with creating your private money lender presentation, your credibility packets, creating images for you for your posts, helping you develop a content strategy. She's currently going to school for marketing and business marketing and communications. She's always willing to learn and keep raising it up a notch. She's always looking for ways to take her business to the next level. She doesn't do cold calling, but she will help you with texting. She'll help you with pulling lists to call, with skip tracing, all of that. So Rose is just a delight to work with, and I'm so glad we were able to have you on the show. And before we go, I'm going to sing you happy birthday. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rose. Happy birthday to you, boop, boopy doo woo, and many more. Her
Thank
birthday's on
you.
Sunday, so wish her a happy birthday. If you need help being more visible, being more consistent with your content, expanding your network, talk to Rose, reach out to her in the comments. Rose, before we go, what's your rooftop message? If you could give advice to the members in this community, real estate investors, what would your advice be to them if they were to listen to you, shout it from the rooftops, and really listen to you? What would that message be?
Be fearless and confident, because I been very, like, you know me, I overthink a lot. And yeah, but when I really like or love what, or I know that I can get it, I should be fearless and confident to do that work or do that thing. So yeah, be fearless and be confident when on what you are doing, because it fuels up. So that's
It fuels you up. Yeah.
yes.
So be fearless, be confident. You heard it here first. All right. That's one more episode of the Unstoppable Real Estate Investor Member Spotlight podcast. Every Friday, we showcase a member in our community or a client of mine. And this week, our client, our member wasn't able to join us. So that's why I've done a special episode with Rose. And then on Wednesdays at noon, both of these are at noon on Eastern. On Wednesdays, I interview top 5% experts, the real estate investors that have made it, they've arrived, they're uberly successful. So we go from one extreme to the other. We're looking at members who are maybe just starting out. And also these Friday podcasts are a chance for us to all get to know each other better. So if you're interested in being interviewed as a member in this community, please reach out to me. Just tag me, Rayana Star, and just say, hey, I'm interested in and being a member that you spotlight in your podcast on Friday. And we would love to add you to the list. That's another thing Rose helps me with. I've written all the emails and stuff, but Rose will be the one sending out the emails, interacting with you, getting you scheduled, setting up the Zoom link, setting up the event page. She does all of that for me. It's fabulous. So please, we're looking for more members in our community of Unstoppable Real Estate Investor Group to join us and let us showcase you and help you get known better in our community. All right, I'm Rayana Star, and this is my VA, Rose. This concludes this episode of Unstoppable Real Estate Investor Member Spotlight podcast. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend.